Every single one of my wedges is the same exact length, and this makes chipping so much easier for me, and I'm going to show you why. So I have a Voda's combo length iron set, so that means their 60 degree through 8 iron are the same exact length, about the length of a 9 iron, and then 7 iron up to 4 iron get progressively longer, more of what you would be used to in a normal set. But I get a lot of questions of people saying, Michael, is chipping with a long 60 degree sand wedge, gap wedge weird? And why do they do that? Why are all the wedges the same length? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you why it actually makes it so much easier. You might not even realize it. So just to show you here, I have my sand wedge here and my 8 iron. Take a look, and as you can see, they are the same exact length, right about 36 inches, the length of a standard-ish 9 iron. And if you take a look here, my setup position is going to be the exact same for every one of these clubs. But when it comes to wedges, what does that actually mean? So when you have a longer shaft, obviously it adds some more weight to the club. And what they do to counteract that because of a wedge is they take weight out of the club head. And you might be like, Michael, why would I want a light club head with my wedges? Don't I want to make sure when I hit it, it gets to the hole? All these other things that people bring up because normal wedges tend to have a little bit heavier head. But when you have a longer shaft, there's more weight. They take the weight out of the head, so it's an overall lighter head. And honestly, it's a more evenly dispersed weight throughout the golf club. So that way, when you get to the top and come down, it feels a lot smoother. It doesn't feel like you're jumpy at it. But where it really comes into play with having same length wedges and longer wedges is the ball speed, the launch, and the spin. All these numbers are a lot more consistent when you're around the green. Just think about it this way. If I had a chip to the front pin here, a couple of rules when chipping, just a refresher. One is you have to accelerate through the ball and usually have the weight on your front foot. With a normal wedge, when I say normal, standard length wedge that's much shorter, what I see a lot of people do is they get their weight on the front foot and they accelerate through the shot, and they may hit it way too far. They may come through and really accelerate and get this ball going, and you're going to catch a flyer. But since it's a lighter head, the ball with the Voda wedges is not going to go as far. So you can take a much more aggressive approach at it to eliminate the duff. That's huge. And the way they have these things grinded in their W2 wedges, they're really, really nice. They feel super good. They look good when you look down at the ball. So you can set up to a shot here and make sure you accelerate through the ball, and that thing is going to come back to that left pin right there. You don't have to worry about this ball really jumping out on you, right? If you want to play a lower shot, you just come a little bit lower, right? You can accelerate through the ball and it comes out real nice. You want to play a higher shot, play it off your front foot, just like that. Pretty good. Now, a lot of people say, okay, well, is it weird having a longer wedge? Because yes, this wedge is significantly longer than what a normal 60 degree would be. So one of two things. I personally like it because, you know, for me, it's a consistent setup position through the scoring clubs in my bag. I'm standing up a little taller. It's a little bit easier for me to stay down through the shot. I don't have to worry about picking up too much because my natural setup position here, that club is going to be down at the ball when you come down and through. Also too, low point control, a lot more consistent, and you can play around with it because you have a longer wedge. If you have a shot that requires touchy little flop shot and you really need to grip down, you have some more room to do that with a longer wedge. And again, the way these things are grinded on the bottom and the bounce, they're super, super nice. So what I like to do here is usually if I were to play a standard pitch shot to that back pin right there, I would stand relatively normal, feet together, and just turn it back and through, okay? In this motion right here, I can make sure that I'm accelerating through the shot and this ball not jump too far on me because of the fact that they're a lighter head. So it comes out nice and low, didn't jump too far. Now I can take this and go right into my 60 degree because of the fact it's the same exact length as the one before. So if I need to hit a higher shot to this front pin, again, I'm not gripping down, just changing the ball position, different club, back and through. Much higher, right? You have a lot of different options here. So these are the W2 wedges. The reason mine have lead tape on them is because they were a prototype. They put lead tape on to add some weight back, but the actual consumer models don't have it. highly recommend you give these a try. I love the consistent setup that you get through the bag, especially through the scoring clubs. When you're out in the course, you don't have to guess. When you're around the greens, you don't have to guess. Same setup, same swing, consistent results. That's really what they're doing over there at Avoda. So I really encourage you guys to go check it out. Again, play around with the different shots because of the fact that they're the same length. It does take a little bit getting used to because your normal swing might come up a little bit shorter, but once you learn the wedge and you start accelerating, gaining some confidence, my chipping has gotten exponentially better using these. So again, neutral setup. I want to fly something to the back there, I can just accelerate back and through. I'm not going to have to worry about that thing flying over the green now that I'm used to it, and the bounce glides off the turf. These things are pretty sweet. So go check them out, Avoda Golf. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button. See you guys out here real soon.